Where do you feel like, when did it kind of get on the track? It's such a long season. When did it get on the track that you like to see?
I think the pitching and defense was really consistent for the first half of the year. Offenses just takes time to find that right mix, the right lineup. Felt like that Sunday game at Clemson. McDonnell hit the game-winning home run in the 10th, and that was a big win and kind of jump-started our offense. And just going through some of the adversity with Dunn and Britton and Oriente being on the DL gave us a chance to play some younger guys and put us in a position where we feel good about our depth. And I think from that moment on, the really second half of the year, we played really good.
You feel really good, really confident going into the postseason?
I mean, it's you're never at 100%. It's a long year. I was watching interviews last night, the NBA playoffs, and, they're asking about their bodies and how they feel, and, it's as good as it's going to feel. I mean, but we take a lot of pride in making sure these guys get stronger throughout the year, can handle the length of a long college season, and can play good baseball. You don't want to say your best baseball, but because we've played a lot of great baseball throughout the year, but, ready to play good baseball in the postseason.
Each guy we've talked to said you've been playing postseason baseball since down in Lakeland. Is that just the mindset? You've had that since you've been here?
Yeah, it's just the Tuesday game in February, the Sunday game in March, the Friday night game in April. It's just a routine. We respect the game. We respect our opponent. It's not life or death if you win or lose, but you don't ever want them to take a day off. You don't want them to have to feel like they can turn it on at any time, because you can't do that in this game. So the mindset is, when we get to this time of the year, it is another game. Wow, I've done this 50-something times already this year. Whereas I think maybe other programs or you make more of a game, and in baseball it could backfire on you. I know the media and the fans, I get it. You make more of certain games, but in the world of baseball, it's, if you try harder or you want it even more, sometimes that backfires on you and you don't play as well. So just trying to get them comfortable. Hey, we've done this 50-plus times this year. Let's just go out and do it again.
One of the players said you've called this a revenge tour this year. Where does that come from? How'd you come up with that?
Just the schedule was very similar to 2 years ago. The way college baseball works is
2 years ago?
Yeah. Teams that came to us this year came to us 2 years ago, and places that we went 2 years ago, we went this year. And so 2 years ago, we lost at Indiana, we lost at Cincinnati, we lost at Kentucky, and the last weekend of the year, we let Florida State beat us up and get momentum and get to the College World Series. So the mindset, if you say you want to be the greatest team to ever play here, and all the freshmen, all the juniors and seniors played on that team 2 years ago, which was obviously a great team, then you have to do better than that team did. So let's revenge that loss 2 years ago, and we won at Cincinnati, and we won at Kentucky, and we won at Indiana, and we won the series against Florida State. Just to say, hey, come on, let's be better, let's do more, and just to make sure they understood that each game counts, and so it's fun that they've accepted that challenge, and maybe we got another one ahead of us, because we still haven't won this tournament yet.
I was going to say, does it continue in the ACC?
Of course, yeah. I mean, we got awful close last year, but we haven't had a team that's won the regular season and the tournament yet. And it's 12 ACC teams. Only one team's going to win it. The other 11 teams that don't are really good. So, it's just go down there, let's play good baseball, and win or lose, it's about getting ready for the postseason.
Starting pitching, are you planning to stick with your normal rotation, or could you get a little creative?
We'll probably get creative.
Yeah.
Because again, everything is about lining up your guys to be in the right position for the regionals. So, the unique thing about bracket play is, you've got to beat the team that beat the other team. So when Boston College and Clemson square off, the winner of that game is the team we must beat if we're going to advance to Saturday. So that's the advantage of being a higher seed. And so if Boston College beats Clemson on Tuesday, you have to win the Wednesday game versus Boston College, or you don't play on Saturday no matter what. So doesn't mean you're throwing Reed Detmers on Wednesday, because we wouldn't do that, but it just means how you attack that game, how you use your bullpen, and then knowing that the Thursday game really doesn't mean anything. So how do you go about that game? Just making sure you feel good about your pitching as well as your offense and your defense for the postseason. So bracket play is unique, and so you just want to be smart.
Your bullpen has been so good throughout the year, and it's not just one or two guys. I mean, it's 6 or 7 guys that have, when you roll them out there, most of the time they've been really solid.
Well, if you know the success of our baseball program and what our pitching coach Roger Williams has been able to do, it's always got to have great Friday night starter. You got to be really good on the weekend with your starters, but you've got to be good in the bullpen and great with the back end with the closer. And we've been that most every year. I think last year where we struggled at times was in the bullpen. We lost our All-American closer, and that just set us back, and we lost some games that we typically didn't lose. So I was really proud to see a lot of these guys get better, bounce back, and be one of those consistent bullpens that we traditionally have.
How does Michael McDonnell, he was talking about now he loves the fact that he's in the bullpen and he'd rather do that than start. Is he, he was your Sunday starter, I think, when he got here.
Yeah.
Is his transformation of being kind of that guy in the bullpen, or one of those guys with Kirian?
I mean, I think, that's what Coach Williams does with the pitchers and Coach Snyder does with the hitters, that ultimately it's, we'll put you guys in a position that's best for you. And coming out of high school, just because you played short, Logan Wyatt was a shortstop in high school, and that doesn't mean, you should play shortstop here. First base or third base is going to be his pro position. And a guy like McAveen, like the Birdie brothers, guys that threw really hard, you kind of see where their future looks best, and probably in a closer role. It doesn't mean they won't try to start them in pro ball, because there's a shortage of starters, so they try to start all these guys and help develop their pitches. But just wanting them to trust us, our goal is to put them in positions to succeed, where they can have the most success. And Coach Williams did a phenomenal job with Michael, and it's just part of the process. It's not easy coming out of high school, because you've never really come out of the bullpen. Just about everybody who signs with us is a starter, so you just got to go through that transition. And fortunately he got to play with Hensman, and he got to play with Bordner and Wolf and all those guys, and so I'm really proud of him.
In terms of the confidence, they kind of reference this Florida State series as a good example of bouncing back. And you mentioned that confidence. Does it help it even more this late in the season that this team can respond in that manner and kind of getting ready for postseason?
No doubt. This game's all about feeling good about yourself, your swing, you're throwing the ball where you want. It's such a mental game. We talk about the physical side. Hopefully guys feel strong and feel good at this time of the year. But this is a mental game. So there's no reason they shouldn't be confident with what they accomplished in the regular season, and being the number 1 seed in one of the best, baseball conferences in the entire country. There's no reason to not be confident, and knowing what they did in the tournament last year. Man, we were one swing. Logan Wyatt hits that line drive to right in the 10th. If that ball's down the line, we win our 4th championship in 4 years, and now I'm standing here saying 5-5. But so they were so close last year that there's no reason they shouldn't be confident we can go down there and play good.
Is there something you can take away specifically from last year's run in the tournament?
That we can win down there. It's just how you win down there. It's throw strikes, make routine plays, and get some timely hits. And we played in the Durham Bulls Park this year against Duke, and we played well last year in the tournament there. And our hitters always seem to swing it well in that ballpark. So. Like we said, confidence should be at an all-time high.
You mentioned Saturday about being healthy and that. Do you have any idea if you will get Tyler back? Because, and again, then how impressive was last weekend without your RBI leader?
Yeah, no, it's just we talk about our depth, and I've been saying all year it's definitely a strength of our club. When guys have gone down, other guys have stepped up. So we'd love to have him back, but if he's not ready for this tournament, you still got a week and a half or so until the regionals. So hopefully each day just gets a little bit better. But that is impressive that what we did accomplish last week without our star shortstop.
What's your assessment, Dan, of the chances for a national seed?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't look at the RPI and get caught up with all that. And national seed or not, I don't. I know it's fun to look at the pairings, and if you win your regional, you're matched up with this school or this location, and I just got so much respect for the game and the opponent that I'm just going to be concerned about who are we playing on Friday night in a regional. We talk a lot with our kids about what's real. What's real is, we'll be playing somebody on Friday night, and then what's real is we'll play one of the other two teams in our bracket. Everything else is, we'll see, and we'll take it from there. So I won't be overexcited, or I won't be depressed if we're not a national seed. It's not something we talk about. It's totally in the committee's hands, and it has no bearing on you winning a national championship. It's fun to guarantee being at home. It's fun for your fans, but you got to go out there and play the game, whether it's at home or you got to go on the road. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.